What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for y'all, and you already know what it is. Let's get it. Yo, we about to eat today, baby. Look, let me bring you up to speed on the saga that it is IamGAWD. So my quality team found this guy out a few weeks ago. They were blowing me up about it left and right. This dude's fire, this dude's fire, yada yada. We checked him out. This dude was fire, this dude was fire, yada yada. We was in there, right? I get a text, I get a message. I don't know where the fuck it was. I get a message the next day, or like maybe like 2 days later, and they're like, "Yo, the bull got a fucking collab with Brittney Carter." Get the fuck out of here! Alright, so if you ain't up to speed on the Brittney Carter saga, Brittney Carter could literally read me a fucking phone book and I would fucking buy it twice. Like, that's just the type of time that she's on. Her voice and cadence and delivery and everything like that is so unique and so just iconic. Like, I fuck with her heavy. Then the Oliv Blu, I'm not super familiar with. I only know her because she's collabed with Brittney Carter on other shit on her own projects. But yeah, I'm ready to hop into this shit. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. I get a feeling this one's going to be super fire. As always, let's get it into it. Do me a favor. Run the gauntlet. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Little bell notification guy. We about to eat, man. Let's go. Yo, this is like, I'm telling you, man, like, there's certain collaborations, there's certain drops, records that come out and shit like that just feel like Christmas. Like this is one that I would have paid to put Brittney Carter and IamGAWD on the track to hear. Like, this is one that I would have loved to have A&R'd this. This is like that level of collaboration that's fucking dope. Let's get into it, though, man. I'm done talking. We got a video? No, we need to get a fucking video.
I've been tired of being...
Ooh! Caught lacking. Bring it back.
Tired of being down, I just wanna be up. Every time they break us down, we just keep rising up. Saying luck.
Okay. It's got little 90s pop vibes, late 90s, early 2000s pop vibes. There it goes. Yeah, that vibe changed real quick. Now they about to eat on this. They about to cook.
Right around 16 and I've been a problem since. Too short to hoop, no plans of college, rap was just common sense. My mama sensed me slacking, relationship became kinda tense. Fearful of me dead in the ground or locked up behind the fence. In my defense, I was not getting tuned with my consciousness. No scholarships, chose gang.
God damn! I mean, like, look, man, I told you he's nice. The lyricism that he brings is fucking crazy. Like, so many people look at it. We talk about this way more often than I like beating a fucking dead horse. His ability to tell a story, and it's the same, we've heard the story a million times, it's not a unique story, right? But the fact that it's so unforced, it's so just fluid, the way that he goes through it makes you feel like those words were always supposed to be spoken in that order. Like, he's got that vibe to him. There's only a few artists that give me that vibe. The other thing with this too is, like, generally whenever you have the storytelling tracks and stuff like that, I'll tell you what the biggest flaw for me in that style of a concept track is replayability. Very few cats sound so good when telling a story that you want to hear the story more than once. And the way that he's putting these together already, man, like, this is just this is just top tier shit, man. Like, if you were doing a tier list, this would be top tier storytelling shit off of the first 8, like off 4.5. Like, come on, like, let's go.
I came of age with this rap shit right around 16 and I've been a problem since. Too short to hoop, no plans of college, rap was just common sense. My mama sensed me slacking, relationship became kinda tense. Fearful of me dead in the ground or locked up behind the fence. In my defense, I was not getting tuned with my consciousness.
Look at this, in such a short amount of time, he's painted the entire picture that he's going through and the life that he's living. He's painted the image of what his mother's going through, dealing with it, and he's already kind of given you the coming of age story. Like, yo, we both are aware that I'm past this point in my life now, but this is before I tapped into being able to be where I'm at mentally right now, right before I tapped into that consciousness. Like, dog, I'm trying to tell, like, we're not even a minute in. Let's just go. I'm gonna stop pausing it so much, but this is phenomenal.
No scholarships, chose game banging and selling dimes and nicks.
Bring it back a little bit. Fuck you, it's my channel. Boom. One more time. One more time.
I came of age with this rap shit right around 16, and I've been a problem since. Too short to hoop, no plans of college, rap was just common sense. My mama sensed me slacking, relationship became kinda tense. Fearful of me dead in the ground or locked up behind the fence. In my defense, I was not yet in tune with my consciousness. No scholarships, chose game banging and selling dimes and nicks. My mind was dense, couldn't penetrate it for nothing. We imitated destruction, yet we still made it from nothing. Obstacles put in my path, I still evaded.
Oh, no, come on. First of all, that rhyme scheme was absolutely flawless and fire. But the way they're just gonna pepper her fucking vocals in there, chill. Nah, the production on this is even fire.
With my consciousness, no scholarships, chose game banging and selling dimes and nicks. My mind was dense, couldn't penetrate it for nothing. We imitated destruction, yet we still made it from nothing. Obstacles put in my path, I still evaded instructions. My ops live by the badge, they get away with corruption. So do these politicians, policies, propositions. This horror flick called 2020, something I did not envision. I thought 2020 was symbolic of proper vision. It is if you paying attention, is what I'm saying convincing? Or are you...
Look, I was even about to say, like, the 2020 thing was kind of played, but bringing it follow up with the line afterwards, he kind of, like, tied it all together and made it, like, not just one, like, a one-off corny line. Like, he saved that one. He ended up saving that one. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it.
These propositions, this horror flick called 2020, something I did not envision. I thought 2020 was symbolic of proper vision. It is if you paying attention, is what I'm saying convincing? Or are you too concerned with compliance, obeying the system? Cops kill us in cold blood and walk away, no convictions. Damn.
Look, as far as storytelling hip-hop tracks go, that was phenomenal. That was super dope. I got nothing bad to say about it at all. I thought maybe he had a corny bar in there. I was wrong. Ended up saving it. Let's go.
Every time they break us down, we just keep rising up. This ain't luck, this ain't luck.
Which is interesting because the fact that they don't have Brittney Carter on the hook means that we're getting a whole verse from her. Either the next verse, maybe there's a third verse because it's 4 minutes. Probably not. Probably the next verse. We're about to get a whole Brittney Carter verse. Like, let's go. Dude, she gives me TLC vibes, like real heavy.
Don't compare me to average rappers, I'm more like a savage rapper from a city where adolescents wave automatics at you. They call us criminals, yeah.
Alright, I hated the way he came in on that, but then, see, man, he does this thing, like, he'll set you up and make you think that he's about to say just, like, a cheesy line, and then it ends up just being phenomenal by the time he's done with it. Like, that's what you get for jumping to prejudge me, motherfucker. You right, my bad. But where the fuck is Brittney at? So I'm assuming, based on the time, maybe he's got a shorter verse here. Maybe we got a third verse coming in with her. Maybe she just produced it? Probably not, right?
Don't compare me to average rappers, I'm more like a savage rapper from a city where adolescents wave automatics at you. They call us criminals, yet these conditions was manufactured. These races grew created as a result of the MAGA factor. Matter of fact, the president can eat several dicks. I fellowship with ghetto bastards that carry metal sticks on some rebel shit. Injustice and hatred is something I never level with. You spilling tea, then you soon to see how hot the kettle get. No fisticuffs.
You know what's crazy about this too is I will often pull back from a track when it gets political. Whether it's for the right or the left, it doesn't matter. I just always feel like they're very cringy bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime an artist tends to go like super political in any direction, it never feels genuine. It always feels like manufactured cheese. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. The way that he was able to weave in and out of these political conversations and even taking shots at the MAGA people and shit like that, like, he did it in a way that it still felt fluid. It didn't feel like he stopped and went out of his way to take shots. Like, nah, he felt like that was all part of the program. This is just like a recap of what's going on. And he did it in a way that didn't make me feel like I was in a debate or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still just getting bars off. I like that a lot. It's worth pointing out because 9 times out of 10, I'll fucking stop and just cringe and be like, man, was that really necessary? One way or the other, it just always feels weird to get peppered in there. But it was completely on topic. It's on topic with the 2020 shit and everything that was going on. Everything's cohesive. Like, he did the fucking thing, man. He did the thing on that.
several dicks. I fellowship with ghetto bastards that carry metal sticks on some rebel shit. Injustice and hatred is something I never level with. You spilling tea, then you soon to see how hot the kettle get. No fisticuffs, the fifth of bust when niggas settle shit. Your fist and cuffs get shipped and bust to prison level 6. No visitation, too often we victims of litigation, discrimination. Sometimes I wish for reverse integration. Immigration to all my brown brothers, I sit adjacent. They boxes and living spaces cramped up with no ventilation. One thing about this pandemic, it put our struggles in your faces. Some relate and embraces, others continue to hate us. Fuck them.
Tired of being down, I just wanna be up. Every time they break us.
It should also be said that there's a very, very beautiful harmony going on between Oliv's hook coming in and the way that he's ending his verses and shit like that. Their two voices play off of each other very, very well, and it kind of gives this natural transition from like the storytelling back to like the real world type transition. I like that a lot.
Down, we just keep rising. This ain't luck, this ain't love.
It's gonna be close, but we should still get a full Carter voice, full Carter verse. We should be there.
Baby, you don't know. Every time, baby, you don't see. I'm gonna show you going,
I remember being younger, all I had was my pen. I locked myself inside my room and write about where I've been. See, I never was a talker, I just sit and observe. I fell in love with Mildred Taylor, how she structured the words. I always wanted.
For transparency purposes, I feel the need to let you guys know I've definitely heard this before. I've listened to. She does this thing where she does put like a lot of the verses that she has that are featured on songs. I've noticed that she'll put out as freestyles of her own stuff. I've definitely heard this already as not as part of a project, but it's just a freestyle from her. That's just for transparency purposes. Maybe I won't score it now, just because it is. But enjoy.
But being younger, all I had was my pen. I locked myself inside my room and write about where I've been. See, I never was a talker, I just sit and observe. I fell in love with Mildred Taylor, how she structured the words. I always wanted to write my way out my trauma, take you to another realm. If I can help another kid like me, oh goddamn, everything truly full circle. Everything I soaked up was for some other person that is hurting. How you show up fucking matters, can't convince me it don't. My favorite writers help me rise, now you know my approach. If you ain't hoping, then you hurting, ain't no middle ground. I hear them talking, lacking action, they just making sounds. If you ain't got in these kids to shoes better than you did, then you weak. If you got problems staying true, you got no business trying to teach. I ain't here to say I'm perfect, I just operate off goals. Seem like the streets, the lost touch, doing for self is all it knows, yeah.
I will say this. I don't think that this beat did her any justice, right? That's my only critique, is like, I think the keys were too dominant on the beat. Then it's like, Brittney Carter brings this certain je ne sais quoi to a track, right? Like, she carries a good portion of the ambience and sound when she speaks, that she doesn't necessarily need the help from additional instrumentation on the beat. It almost takes away from the gift of having her on the track, which is, again, if anything, is just a hats off and salute to the skill set that she brings to the table. Let's let it fade out for y'all. Very, very soft fade. I think that's appropriate. Should we do the scorecard? I think, look, because we didn't do the score, look, it's going to be fucking amazing. I'm super fucking biased on this shit. We're going to do the scorecard. We're going to do it even though I've heard that one before, the verse from Brittney. Let's pull it up. The reason I want to do the scorecard is because my guy's whole first special, we ain't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the special ain't get an actual scorecard reaction. So let's do the whole thing. Let's break it down. Look, if you guys are brand new here, you don't know how this works. In order for me to be a fan of you, you got to catch at least 3 of them. I'm already a fan of both of them. Like, let's go. Seeing the two of them together on the track was incredible. I hate that I'm also like I feel like I'm shitting on Oliv Blu, but I'm not. Our voice was incredible. She killed the hook. Everything felt cohesive. It's literally just being a super fan of the other two. No slight whatsoever to her. She did the thing, and again, the hook was basically flawless on this. I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. Target audience, yes sir. Let's go. Proper setting for this. I don't know. Storytelling track automatically is taking it off most of my playlist. Having that super upbeat hook too, I think does kind of take it out of the replayability realm, just because it's not neatly fitting into any box. Like this one's probably going to be on their uplifting shit, right? Like you have an uplifting playlist. Like this is going to fit on with a lot of stuff that I got, like Ciroc, right? A lot of my list I got like Ciroc on it and shit like that. Like that's the type of vibe that I'm putting this on, right? That lyrical yet still got a positive undertone to it. That's where we're at with this. Bars or lyrics, what would you change? See, this is where it becomes unfair. Now here's the thing. Lyrically, storytelling tracks aren't normally going to do what they do number wise on my channel, just because of preference, bias, whatever you want to call it. Look, man, there's nothing I would change. I went out of my way to point out, like, man, this is still just a dope track, even though he is telling the story and going through kind of like current events of 2020. There's not too many cats that can get me to go and listen to some political bars, jabs here and there too, not feel some type of way about it, like it was cringe, like all that shit still sounded fucking hard, all of it still sounded relevant. This shit is 25 out of 25, man. I can almost not even judge Britney's jaunt coming into it though, just because I knew it ahead of time. But there's nothing I would take off from it. You know what I mean? Like it's just added greatness to it. The delivery or vocal, dude. This jaunt's like 100. Like there's nothing I'm gonna change about this one. 25 out of 25 on the vocals. The hook was incredible. Both of them meshed well. All three of them meshed well on the track. Sound quality mixing. Maybe you could say that there is the beat selection. Here's where your points will come off. 14 out of 15. I don't think it was necessarily the best beat combination between for Brittney Carter on the track, and then also for that hook. I feel like the hook was maybe a little bit out of place with the type of beat selection that we had. Maybe that was purposeful, but it is definitely hurting some of the playlist ability for me. Sound quality mixing, same thing. I'm gonna put that right at like a 13. 13 out of 15. From the mixing and mastering point of view, it does kind of got that static vibe to it, that kind of like homebrew, not necessarily AAA studio vibe. A lot of times when you ship in verses and stuff like that, that'll happen. Nothing that was like it almost sounded intentional because of how clear the vocals were on the fucking hook. I have to believe that the distortion that's kind of like on the rest of the track was all like intentional. Like that's the texture, the sound texture that they were going for. Effectiveness, 10 out of 10. Stop it. 10 out of 10. Enjoyability, 10 out of 10. 97 out of 100 is my score. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Should we just call it 100 and call it a day? Am I nitpicking again? Probably. I'm going to give it a 97 out of 100. Let me know what your scores are, especially because it'll be a completely fresh reaction for y'all. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Let's go.